Hello everybody, welcome back to BareRose Garage here. We're getting ready to throw them rockers in there now. Now, just like I did with my, you seen in my other video how I did the tape thing for my torque sequence. When I went through and I pulled these rocker arms, I labeled them all. This is number 1, all the way through, all the way up to 16, because there's 16 push rods in them. Now, and I did it in that, in a special way. You see the tape is on the bottom end of these, of all of these. Why did I do that? Because this is the end I could get to in the valley there, so it made it easy. But anyway, it serves two purposes. It tells me, for one, number 1 starts here, and it works this way, all the way up, across, and all the way down. Now what these numbers correspond to is my head. Just the numbers in my head. I know some guys will write like, this is number 1 exhaust, and then the next one they put, well, number 1 intake, and then they'll go to the next one and label them for what they actually are. I learned to do it this way because I work on multiple engines. You know, I'm not just a Ford guy. I work on it all. If I do it this way, it's the same for all of them. It doesn't matter what they are. As long as I know this, where this goes, it doesn't matter what it is, you know, if it's an intake or an exhaust or anything like that. As long as I know what hole it goes in and which direction it goes in, I'm ready to go. I don't have to stop and think of, oh, okay, this is number 1. This is a 460 big block Ford. Where is number 1? Okay, and it's an intake, so let's see, okay, this is the intake hole, and drop it in. It just takes time. So if you do it this way, you just know what hole to put it in. You don't give two craps on whether it's an exhaust or an intake. If it's number 1, it goes in that number 1 hole that I remember is number 1. So it's just my way of being able to do this across the board for Ford, Chevy, Mopar. Doesn't matter. If it's got a push rod in it and I've labeled it for that, I know what it is. Anyway, so the way I go about doing it now is getting ready to drop it in and everything. You see I got my trusty old can of drum tobacco here. By golly, I wish I could still get this stuff. This is what I generally smoke. But anyway, long story, shortages, blah, y'all heard it. I got it full of the universal cleaning solvent. Yeah, gasoline. It works great. And you can see here I got my brush in there. So I just give it a quick wipe down. I've also, inside the tubes here, I sprayed them out with brake cleaner. Now I use brake cleaner because it's mostly alcohol. It's like 90% alcohol. That's why it evaporates away so quick. And it's a hard cleaning solvent that vanishes without a trace. That's what I want in here, so it blows any crud out. Then I stuck the air on it, you know, and I thoroughly cleaned them. That's what I'm getting at. And then I finished them off with the gasoline on the outside. So now they're ready to drop in. I know which direction it's got to go. Like I said, I've already cleaned this one. So now is the time I pull the tape. I'm holding it the way it goes in. And I'll pull the tape, wipe the tape residue off, because like I said, I don't want nothing on here. And just a little quick little bit with gasoline, holding it the way it goes in. Quick little swipe like that. So I'd got no tape residue on it. Drop it in the hole, right there. I was setting that there for the camera, but she'll do good there. And then set him on the rocker, just like that. Now I got them all labeled over here on the bench, so you're going to see me just follow through with that. Or let's just hit the pause button. That's kind of boring stuff. You've seen how I do it, right? If you lose track, just rewind it. So I'm going to get them all in, and blink of an eye, you'll see me on the rocker arms themselves. Okay, you can see here I got them all in. they're all cleaned. I sprayed them with sprayed through the holes with the brake cleaner again, so they're all clean and they're spotless. Now it's time to set the rockers. I'll show you how I go about cleaning them and pre-lubing them. Right now I don't have any pre-lube. I run out, but I do know a farm trick for this. I don't know if you guys can do this, but if by chance if you have any hydraulic oil, or what I'm going to use, high trans. I know a lot of guys use STP and stuff like that. It's a heavy coating oil that just soaks right into it. Well, that's basically what high trans oil is for tractors. It's a combination of hydraulic fluid and oil. It's about 90 weight oil around there. Old tractors use it in the transaxle because that's also your hydraulic fluid for running your bucket and whatever equipment you got in the back. There's additives in it that prevent rust and everything in the gears and the transaxle in the tractor, and it's super sticky and it soaks right into the metal just like STP. So this is an old farm trick. If you happen to have an old tractor laying around and you get to this point and go, oh crap, I forgot the pre-lube, this will work for you. Anyway, you see I've cleaned it and cleaned it and cleaned it again with my universal cleaning solvent, better known as gasoline. So now I'm to the point where I'm ready to start lifting these setting these rocker arms in. Now again, this one goes right back here. This one goes right back here. And the reason I got them laid out like that is because no matter what I'm working on, I know that this one goes here because I use the same method on all of them. So, the rockers. On a Ford, they're non-adjustable. They adjust off of the lifter, the hydraulic lifters in them. So, all I got to do is just match this up where it goes and clean it up. It's got, from sitting out here in the open air, I can feel grit on it now. Even with it being covered and everything, it's just dust and pollen in the air. So I got to get all that off of there, which is real easy. Again, I got my universal cleaning solvent right here, and I'm not afraid to get a little dirty. So drop her in there, roll her around a little bit, just like that. And I like to try to keep as much together as possible. See how I got it laid in my fingers here? I know that this goes right back like this, the same way it came out. And if you get lost, you know that the oil deflector goes towards the push rod because that's where the oil comes in. Already I can feel that loosening right up and working the way it's supposed to work. So we'll just clean her on up. Like I said, a little gas. It's like a universal solvent. Works really good. Just use your noodle on it. Make sure you're not, smoking on it and all that, around it. Just use your head. And she looks pretty good. So now that it's exactly the way that I had it, I didn't take anything apart to the limit, so it goes right back together. Then I'll blow it off with a little air here. I apologize, it's going to get a little loud. Then I take it, Run it in just like that. Same thing. Keep the trunnion in your fingers so you don't lose track of it. Get all that crud out of it. Match it up. The oil deflector goes to the push rod side. Dry that gasoline off of it. Give it a dip in your hydraulic oil. Slap her in. So, stay tuned for the next one. In the meantime, jump out there and get some metal oily hot. Nice and oily hot. We'll catch you on the next one.